Ronnie-Ward from the Ditmas Park section of the Flatbush neighborhood, Brooklyn, in the city of New York. It's Saturday, the 17th day of January, 2026. And this is the Ayatollah Khamemei speaking on a video.
افتخار میکنه که صنعت هسته‌ای ایران رو بمباران کردیم و از بین بردیم. خب خیلی خوب، همین خیال باشه. اما اصلا شما چه کاره هستید که اگر یک کشوری صنعت هسته‌ای داره شما دخالت کنید بگید باید و نباید.
CBN News.
President Trump delivered this promise to the protesters in Iran. Help is on the way. He's canceled talks with the Iranian officials over the slaughter in the streets.
Well, some estimate that the regime has killed more than 10,000 people. Chris Mitchell reports from Jerusalem.
President Trump delivered a message to the protesters on the streets of Iran.
Keep protesting, take over your institutions if possible, and save the name of the killers and the abusers that are abusing you. You're being very badly abused. And I've canceled all meetings with the Iranian officials until the senseless killing of protesters stops. And all I say to them is help is on its way.
The president is meeting with his advisors to discuss a number of options. Some believe that help on the way may include military, cyber, and psychological attacks aimed at the regime's leaders and the infrastructure carrying out the massacre of protesters.
They need the help of the United States to get over the finish line, to take this revolution to a place where it would be meaningful, would actually topple the regime. Again, they do not have weapons. They don't have any formal organization on the ground.
While the protesters look for help, human rights groups say more than 2,500 are known dead, but some estimates put the deaths over 10,000. Iranian pastor Ara Tarosian played this message he received from an Iranian family to CBN's Raj Nir.
Arash was alone. With the shotgun, they start shooting him. And his cousin tried to take him back, but he couldn't do it. And they couldn't take the hospital, and he died on the hand of his father.
There are also concerns the government will begin executing protesters in custody, including 26-year-old Irfan Soltani, who is facing death by hanging. The U.S. and at least 9 other nations are telling their citizens to get out of Iran immediately, while Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Oman are warning Trump not to intervene. The protesters are rallying around the son of the former Shah of Iran, Rezza Pahlavi. Reportedly, he's met with Trump's special envoy, Steve Witkoff. He also addressed the Jerusalem prayer breakfast held at Mar-a-Lago this week.
We need your prayers more than ever to make sure that this does happen. And we will do our part. And I appreciate your solidarity and support. Thank you, my friends. And hopefully we'll have the next prayer breakfast in Tehran once liberated. And we will welcome you with open arms.
Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
That would be a great hope and a great blessing. So let's agree in prayer that this regime, this terror regime, they're the largest sponsor, they're the largest state sponsor of terrorism in the world today. They finance Hezbollah, they supply all the weapons to them, they finance Hamas. They're the reason there's so much turmoil in the Middle East. And they view Israel as the little Satan. They view you and I as the great Satan. And they think the United States is the biggest obstacle in the world to the spread of Muslim domination. That's their goal, and they've said it for decades now. And it's about time we wake up to it. The change in regime there would lead to incredible transformation throughout the Middle East and throughout the world. There's one major problem, though, and that is there's no carrier group. The U.S. doesn't have the naval ability in the Gulf right now in order to launch some kind of large-scale attack. So we'll see what happens over the coming days. But this is this is definitely something that Christians, we need to pray, and we need to pray very earnestly for this government to
are very, very thankful of the strong and forceful message of President Trump. You know, Martha, the only serious reaction that we see towards the killings and brutal regime in Iran and the uprising is coming from the United States of America's president. Europe is absolutely silent. The left and liberal, silent. But I have to say, words matter. Because of the message, empowered people took to the street. We see some of the protesters actually changing the name of the streets, putting President Trump's name over there, because they believe that President Trump is serious.
In 1979, massive protests forced the Shah of Iran to flee the country, changing the Middle East forever. Today, history might be repeating itself in reverse. Ayatollah Khamemei, now 85 years old, is reportedly planning to flee to Russia as his security forces struck so far, and morality police beat up a girl for not properly wearing a hijab. Then that girl collapsed in the middle of the hospital. Was able to quell it last time using brutal violence, but this time it may be too little too late. The reason I say this is because the US support seems to be increasing every single day. Just like